Welcome everyone. So I don't think I have put this truck on the channel. So this is my daily driver, 1990 Ford Ranger. Pretty cool. I painted over the patina with some clear coat and have done quite a bit of work to it. Built this headache rack and rebuilt the transmission and everything. But in this one, I'm going to go over how to kind of do the cooling system on this. So it needs a water pump. I'm going to do the heater core. I'm going to basically circumvent the intake manifold for the coolant, and then replace the radiator, do the hoses, new thermostat. And I was looking online, there's not that many videos on how to do it for a 2.3 liter. So this is a 2.3 Lima, runs really good, pretty fuel efficient and everything. And it definitely needs some new coolant. I took the petcock out, and that's all the coolant that came out. So hopefully there's a little more in there. If not, I'll be flushing it all. So I'm gonna get to work on kind of getting this all apart. Obviously radiator hoses are pretty simple, same with the heater hoses. So once I get a little further, we'll tag up and I'll show you more of what I'm doing. You can see this water neck is pretty well cooked, so I think what I might do is cut this and weld a piece of like conduit tubing that I have over here on there. Definitely looks a little scary, but I'm thinking as it goes down, gets a little better. What I did here is basically remove the fan, 4 bolts on the fan, and then there's 4 bolts in here. So basically you just grab this with a vice grip and then hit it with a wrench, and they usually come loose. You can use a hammer as well. I did hit it with a little blaster. So that's for the water pump. Basically this has to come off. Still need to loosen the belt and roll the alternator out of the way, and I can take this belt off. Made a little more progress. So fill neck or thermostat housing is obviously off, same with water pump. Definitely kind of tight in here with the timing cover, but you can definitely get in here to put the water pump on. So not too bad. I should be able to just kind of clean that up as best I can with a wire brush and then put that new water pump in there. And these holes do look like they go through, coolant drips through some of them, so definitely want to put sealant on those. And then regarding this coolant hose that feeds the intake manifold, so that's the one, it basically routes around and underneath the intake manifold. For now, I'm just going to plug this with a 3/8 bolt and 3/8 hose and basically remove this T. You can see the T right here, and then just go straight to the heater core and then straight to the water pump. And then what I will do down the road is basically come underneath there with a pipe wrench, get that line off, and then put a pipe plug in there. So I'm going to keep removing all this stuff and cleaning it up, and then I'll probably tackle getting that heater core out of there. Got my little block off made right there. So just a bolt and a couple hose clamps, and then I did clean up all these areas. This one's for the water pump, this one's for the water neck. New thermostat, as I said, and then I did get my new heater core in here and my hoses. I didn't opt for the formed hoses. They're like 40 bucks a piece. I think I can meander them around. And then for the heater core, super cool on these trucks, it basically just has this cover, 4 little screws on there, and then the heater core drops out once you have the hoses off. So already did that. I don't even think it's worth covering, pretty obvious. And now I'm going to start putting some RTV on these gaskets, or I'll probably use some anaerobic, and then get those on there. At least the water pump, I did kind of shoot it with a little paint so it looks a little nicer. And then for this water neck, I'll show you what I'm going to do on that. So old frickin' water neck was pretty much toasted up here. So I basically had a piece of conduit that I cut and then TIG welded on there. Seems to hold air, so I think we should be good with some water. I'm going to wire brush this thing with the old angle grinder and then shoot it with some paint. And while it's drying, I'll get to installing water pump and kind of getting everything lined up for the hoses. Nicely painted water pump. A little bit of sealant, anaerobic on the bolts, and then I am working on getting this painted, and that comes up next. Got the whole water pump all installed, so definitely replaced the original clamps with some of these screw clamps, a couple of those. I'm moving on now, basically to getting, this water neck, so it came out really nice, all painted and everything. So got the thermostat in there, and then I'm putting this gasket on with the old anaerobic sealant. So then I'll be able to secure that down, and then I can put the top radiator hose and route the heater hoses. So once I have the heater hoses kind of roughed in, I'll show you guys what that looks like. moved the light to put a coolant temp sensor in for the gauge. So I went with a different routing for the hoses. If you do use the original routing where it does come up this way, you will have to get those formed hoses. There's no way you can match the bend, but I like it going this way anyways. I took some of the exhaust like stuff that goes into the intake off. I don't think I need it. Got the fan hub back on. So for this, you basically want to hold the actual fan hub as you tighten the ones for the pulley, and then for the fan, pretty easy. You can just tighten those. So this is pretty much all done. Came out really nice. Should be, nice and spiffed up, and I still got to fill it with coolant, but obviously I got to do that sensor first. And I'll show you where it's at when I'm under the car, and you can see this is kind of what was left of that water neck. So definitely good to have that replaced, and we'll see it under the car. Underneath here you can see that's the transmission. This is the oil filter, and then right up here, basically kind of where the fuel lines route, this is what's left of the wiring. And then I pulled that off, and it's way in on the block side, so kind of hard to get to, but you can. All right, so basically had this thing jacked up with my funnel on there to get all the air out. Looks good, so I'm basically gonna pull this off and let the system pressurize. Looks like my temp gauge is working, so this is pretty much a job done. If you have any questions regarding this, all that I did, feel free to leave a comment, and if you like my content, feel free or like and subscribe. We'll see you all in the next one. Really trying to get these videos out, but also want to cover if your fuel gauge isn't working in one of these Ford Rangers, what you got to do to fix it. So I'm also going to do the filler neck because it kind of leaks when I fill it up. But basically what I'm doing right now is loosening the bolts in the bed. So 6 bolts, 2 in the back, 1 set in the front. I have had to replace a couple of them, so it should be a little easier. But make sure to spray these with like some penetrating lubricant to try and save those threads. So once I get these all like out of here, then I can pull the bed off, and there's just one plug underneath here that you have to undo. It's a pretty nice setup. So basically just this plug up here, and the bed should be free. I believe that's kind of how it was put together. They just put the bed on, put the plug in, and then it was pretty much all together. So once I get this bed off, I'll show you what it looks like, and where that sending unit is. Got the bed off, so pretty crazy how rudimentary these trucks are. I'm gonna get the pressure washer and pressure wash this up, but the goal basically here is to replace this fuel hat, so that's got to come out. I think it has a shroud on it. There's a way to spin it out of there, but once I get to that point, I'll show you what. All right, so you can see this is the fuel hat, so obviously be real careful when you take these off, not to damage any of the clips. So seem to be coming off pretty easy, I think, for the most part. I might put some JB weld on here with the new ones, make sure they stay where they're supposed to, and then obviously just one hose clamp to get this fuel neck off. Definitely recommend pressure washing it. Mine was pretty grimy, so once I have this out and new one I'm ready to go in, I'll show you what that looks like. So super easy to reinstall. Just make sure you put those clips back in here. This one's a little broken, but it still has 1 foot. Not too worried about it. Now that this is done, I got the fuel neck on there, and I was able to confirm that the gas gauge works by taking a little piece of wire, pulling the float up, and then we are good to go. Saw that it was full, and obviously this has wrapping on it, so when you do put the bed on, either keep the wrapping on it or put the cap on. So I'm gonna get this tightened up with a little wrench here, and then we should be good to put that bed back on. I was looking at this nut plate. It's a little screwed up, but I think it will do for my purpose. All right, pretty much got it all installed. One thing I will say is this is drilled wrong. Basically the one I bought off eBay, this is wrong, so that's where it goes up to the bed and screws together. So I took it apart and used basically the old one with a hose clamp. It basically fit in there perfect. The hose clamp screw went right in this slot, and I put some black tape over it. I don't think it's quite as right as this Oetiker clamp, given that it is kind of touching the hose, but I think it will be all right for my truck. So pretty straightforward install. This is for the hose, it needs to go way up on here. So when I did change this out, I basically put it to about there, and what it needs to do is go up to here. So fuel gauge is working, and I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I'll show you the gauge now it goes to full, so that's awesome. We're definitely making some good headway on the truck, and if you have any questions regarding these couple installs with the cooling system and this, fuel hat and fill neck, just leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer you. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for stopping in at the Phantom Motorsports YouTube channel. If you like what you saw, give me a big thumbs up and hopefully you're leaving with a bigger smile than you came in with.